everything is dipped in gold, then baby it will never grow. Everything sweet ain't sugar coated. What a lie. What a lie. What a lie.
Sometimes a video topic just comes in such a divinely magnifique manner. And this is one of those times. Have you ever seen formations in the clouds, or you squeeze the mousse into your hand, and just before you get ready to apply it into your hair, you notice that it's in a particular shape or form? That's how this video came about. I saw the Pluto symbol in a random place that it really wasn't, but it just looked like it. And that is when it hit me. Intuitively, I got the idea for us to discover what trippy transformation is Pluto about to present into your life. I personally don't keep up with the astrological placements of the planets at all times, just when it catches my eye. But if you happen to know what's going on with Pluto at this particular point in time that I am uploading this, please educate us in the comment section down below. And even if you're not watching this currently, let us know, is Pluto doing a little dancey dance as we speak right now with you? Interestingly enough, for you to comment down below, or even if it's just doing seemingly nothing, just let us know, whether it's in the astrological plane right now, or if it's just in terms of your own personal birth chart. But either way, Pluto's doing its little thing, and it's about to do a little big thing for you right now. 4 groups listed right here in front of you. No long talking. Let's go ahead and get this ish on and popping and see what magnifique, trippy transformation is Pluto about to bring into your world. As this video is current now through November 30th of 2025, I do have 30% off of my website, which is including but not limited to readings live and pre-recorded, as well as my tarot takeation course where you can learn tarot from me, and some gently used decks as well. Peruse the website, it'll be linked down in the description box below. The Goddess of the Unknown. And that's what I have for you, darling. 30% off is a really good sale. So go ahead and check that out. And no, we did not raise the prices for you to get the 30% off. No, Tay don't move like that. I don't move that way. So check us out. See if any of those opportunities align with you. And also, as always, first link in the description box is going to take you over to my website. Second link is Patreon. As we are getting ready to embrace the new year of 2026, I want to lean into more like personal interactions with you guys. So if you do join us on Patreon, please do not hesitate to participate in the community conversations. I don't always have it in me to start a conversation because maybe I just don't know what to say. I always put so much into the reading. So that's how I'm going to be talking, but I really would like for more of us to join in there so that we can have I just want constant conversation to be flowing in there. And the conversations are on every level, like with the tiers. There's the lowest tier where you always have that at least one pick a card a week uploaded. The second tier is a weekly check-in on top of the weekly pick a card upload. The third tier is a personal monthly reading on top of the weekly check-ins every single week, on top of the weekly pick a cards every single week. But every tier also gets to access. There's a group chat for everybody that's a part of Patreon, every single tier. And then there's also separate conversations for every tier itself. I really want us to get that tier that has everyone in it. I would really love for us to just start talking. I don't care if you're talking about your dog, if you're talking about how you feel that day, if you want to share good news, if you want to share some not so great news and seek out some assistance, I would love for those kind of conversations to take place. My astrological girls and guys and thems and theys and in between and on the outskirts, if you would like to drop in and talk about what's happening in the ethers, I would love that kind of stuff. So I don't know, I would love some conversationalists in the community chats over on Patreon. I would love that so much. That's like my dream, my vision is just like to wake up out of my slumber one day and then go and check Patreon, and you guys have had like 50, 1100 million thousand messages of just like communicating with each other. That's my goal. So I would really appreciate that. Um so yeah, I wonder if there's a way for free members to access the community as well, because I don't care about the money part. I just want people that really F with me to really be able to talk to me and people of the communities all the time. But yeah, thank you for sitting through my rant. I truly appreciate you for that. And also, anything else that I need to add? If you would like to donate to the channel, a gift or monetarily, there's a PO box as well as a virtual tip jar in the description box down below. I thank you in advance. Group number one, North Node. Oh, why am I getting so excited for you? Group number one, like it's really giving like, yeah, like I'm kicking, I'm screaming, I'm ecstatic. North Node fate. Let's see here. Let's see here, darling. What trippy transformation is Pluto presenting in the lives of those that selected group number one? Um, let's get a two card pull to see something surrounding your current energy that can be relevant and makes you feel seen, felt, heard. I don't know why I'm seeing a halo and angel wings. Lord, if anyone's dealing with loss, then I do pray and send you my condolences. Um, that would be for someone who has literally already experienced a loss. Maybe it's not you, maybe it's someone around you, or it could be a pet, or again, someone around you that has suffered a loss here. This is not a prediction, so there's no need to worry, babes. I don't predict things, not on purpose, okay? So yeah, that's for who it's for. For some of you, you might have just got angel wings or a halo tattooed or something like that. Um, but I do keep being brought to a pet. Okay. Currently, yeah, Queen of Cups reverse, current energy. Yeah, this group here is overcoming some sort of an emotional loss or setback. Even if it's not a physical loss, you feel as though you lost something or lost out on an opportunity here. And the lovers, this could be some sort of turmoil in a relationship or a situation or a decision that didn't pan out as you had hoped or as you would have liked it to. Some of you could be dealing with regrets here. Um, but I really feel on my heart that it's important to say that you should not feel guilty for anything that you did or said. Um, it's just a part of life, or it is what it is, or it's something about like, yeah, like the circle of life, or situational or circumstantial. Okay. Something about that is relevant here. And this reading is meant to kind of give you a rush. Like I'm seeing like air blowing into the face and like blowing everything back, which signifies a stark difference between this and what we're about to reveal. All right, so trust your process, trust your path. There's purpose in everything, the good and even the bad. And that's a concept I think that I personally view it as Bible, as reality. But I have been recently sitting with the fact that that's not Bible or fact for everyone. And actually, it can come across as quite delusional to some people to believe that everything has purpose, to believe that everything has meaning. But also at the same time, I think that that's what helps me to maintain my strength. And I think that that's the reason why I'm sharing it here with you, because you could choose to lean into that belief as well. It's a deep spiritual practice of faith and relying on a higher power to just kind of bring a sense of peace to you, really, to not feel like you have to control everything, to not feel like you have to be held responsible all the time. This is definitely a need to lay down your burdens, however you choose to do that. I think that this group here, religion, faith, spirituality, just connection to God, connection to a higher power is really important for you at this time. I think that you're going through the type of transformation that's meant to bring you closer to your source, to your power, to God, whatever you define that as, whether you are spiritual, whether you are Christian, Muslim, um, whether you are Catholic, whether you are Hindu. I hope I said that correctly. I don't want to sound ignorant, but you get what I'm saying. No matter what your belief system is rooted in, I think it's really important that you anchor yourself to something at this time. Even if part of you feels like it's delusional or lame or dumb or stupid, it's about survival here. I think that right now it's about survival. So there's a need to kind of cling on to or hang on to whatever you can until you find some sort of a solid footing. And that's where it begins, is with what you might consider to be a bit delusional or distant from this reality. Um, but that's also truth, is it not? This reality, yes, we can touch it, we can smell it, we can see it, but this reality is clearly not all that we are. Even without proof or without being told that, I think that we would come to that conclusion on our own, that the 3D world is not all that there is. And so, if that's true, then why would we root all of our beliefs in the 3D? There's something here about surface level commitments and completions that you're graduating from, that Pluto is elevating you into. And you know what's I find interesting is that on this card here, the lovers, you see that symbol right there. That's Sagittarius energy. And Sagittarius is not only the season that we just entered, Sagittarius new moon, if you're watching at the time that this is relevant, that this is uploaded. If not, stick around, this message is still relevant. But Sagittarius talks about a higher developed learning, tertiary, taking things beyond the 3D, taking things beyond what you know, taking things beyond what you can see. I think that this group here has been a little bit too 3D focused and worldly based, when you need a little sprinkle of some magic, razzle dazzle, spirituality, or religion, woo woo in your world, in your life. So if you've been, yeah, I feel like this group here has been hard on themselves about being more realistic. But you need everything. The part of you that's too realistic as well as the part of you that questions everything about reality. Which brings us to our very first card in this portion of your layout, the World card, which literally talks about completions. This is channeling the word holistic. Snakes can be relevant here as well. Snake symbolism. But this just feels like a sense of completion. Feeling like things are right and that you are worthy of things being right, worthy of things being good, worthy of being on the right path. I think that, yeah, that's what it is. This group here, there's also this concept coming through that trying to be too grounded or too realistic had you leaning into this unworthy energy when it comes to yourself. Because of you being so logical and realistic and grounded, it made you feel like you were not worthy of good things, which is simply not true. Just because you make mistakes or just because you're not perfect doesn't mean that you don't deserve good things. That's something that we're breaking through here. That concept, that belief. Six of Swords follows. You are being graced with a lightness, an airiness, that makes it easier to just exist. You're showing yourself a heightened sense of grace. This group here, I feel like you need a good cry, babes. I don't know, are you already crying during this reading? Do you get what I'm saying when I say that I hope so? Because you need that release. And I would be so grateful to bring that release to you. Oh yeah, somebody's crying. Or am I projecting? Because bitch, I want to cry. um, yeah, you are deserving. You are worthy. You are good. And you are true. Also, June 21st could be relevant. September 22nd could be relevant. January 3rd and January 11th could be relevant. This card just came out and I heard toxic masculinity, temperance. Okay, so we are balancing toxic masculinity. I don't care what your gender is, your classification, um, what, like I always say, I love to say it, whether you are a him, her, them, they, anything in between or on the outskirts. Um, Everyone has masculine and feminine energy, and living in this world, being too realistic, being of this world would align you with toxic masculinity, which is an imbalance. Pluto is gifting you the power of balance, balancing out that toxic masculinity. So imagine on the masculine side of the scale, it's literally so weighed down that it's like literally touching the ground. And you have to apply a lot of other things to the opposite side of the scale to even lift it up. There's something interesting because I'm being shown that it's actually as light as a feather that's being added to this side. And what's most important is not what we add to this side to weigh it up, but actually what's most important is what we take off of the masculine side of the scale so that this feather is more than enough. Less is more. And that aligns with the lightening of the load that we just talked about. Lightening the load. It's happening. This also brings in transformation and change into your world that you didn't even think was possible. It's like you've been praying, hoping, gasping for air in a way for something that you couldn't see, for lands uncharted, for a version of you unknown. You've been begging to be a version of yourself that you've never been. And now you finally will be. Page of Cups here. Oh, look at that. I love when I use this deck and this comes out. You see that pig flying? When pigs fly, honey. You are about to have your when pigs fly moment. Okay? That's the transformation that Pluto is bringing into your life. That feeling of when pigs fly. Something occurs in your life that you thought could only happen when pigs fly, but you were still hoping, praying, pining, fasting for it. I'm proud of you. Something about aesthetics could be relevant. Like you've always wanted to look like a certain version of yourself that you've never been before. You're reaching that. And it's so much deeper than like, I just need to look like this. No, it's because your physical presentation, your physical aesthetic is a deeper reflection of what's going on internally. You know that on the surface level, but also on a spiritual, physical sense. You know that they're interconnected. The sun and the moon. Oof. Whoa. Okay, that went really dark. But temperance here, you see the sun and the moon here on both sides. You are well aware that one does in fact affect the other. But again, we were so focused on trying to get something done or completed in that toxic masculine energy. Because I feel like if we were trying to do, go, complete, complete, complete in the real world, and you may have achieved some great things in the real world, but somehow it still doesn't feel right or it's out of alignment. And the bottom of the deck, you saw me pre-shuffle already, like I was trying to get your card, but we paused on why. So there could be a moment, a point of time where you really pause and reflect and sit with the why. Why am I pining after these things? Why am I going after this? Why am I doing that? Why do I feel this way? Why this? Why that? Why? This why is saving your life and transforming it. This group here, everything is all about balance for you. Look at that. To be fair, there are the scales. You see the scales. I don't know why I feel the need to point it out. The scales right there and right there. And then I also want to point out the owl on the head, which talks about wisdom. That owl is probably what inspired us to start asking why more often. Interesting because even now, I'm thinking of things that I never really considered before as like deeper meanings and why. Like we talked about why, but like also why is this banner here? I think he started to examine things deeply like that and started looking into things more in that manner, which is contributing to this transformation. Serendipity, which is putting you in the right place at the right time, asking all the right whys. I don't know why I'm getting like as I'm about to pull this card here, it's giving and drum roll, please. This is the final card that I'm gonna pull, and I'm gonna read straight from the book on its meaning, whatever does come out here, because it really adds that extra oomph. I want to reference two things. You have the number 21 at the bottom of the deck, which alludes to the similar concept of 21 here, the world card. So you've got two major cycles closing out. And as if that's not synchronistic enough with the two 21s, I just said two worlds. What did I say? I said two cycles closing out. And look at that, two worlds. Okay, so again, and we keep talking about things coming into the balance, the scales. Okay, so this is really synchronistic, my love, my darling. Okay, so pulling from the deck, what's really drawing to me first is actually the 21 at the bottom of the deck, Uriel and the Sphinx. So we're going to read about that. Wait, wait, who already caught this before I did? Who caught this before I did? Didn't I talk about angel wings and halos? There. But what just reminded me? There. The angel wings, the halos. Like it. Okay. Just had to point that out. Now, 21. Yeah, 21. Okay. Phew. 21. Upright. The archangel Uriel stands before the Sphinx under a full moon. The Sphinx is usually shown with the body of a lion, indicating strength, and the head of a king, showing authority and intelligence. But more than this, the Sphinx represents the enigmatic and inscrutable, the silent holder of truth and the ancient mysteries of the world. Here, the Archangel Uriel connects and confers with this great source of mystery. This card shows that it's time for you to do the most important and possibly the most difficult work in your life, the digging and inner discovery that takes you to your deepest self and your deepest power. Even the great Sphinx had to be dug out many times from the blowing desert sands that buried it up to its neck. Pause. Remember, I talked about that wind blowing into the face? Clock it. And you must dig diligently too. You may have to chip away at the rock like substance of your old beliefs and histories so that you can get to the truth inside. That was a key word that I said earlier too, that you are true. Clock it. But don't worry, you have begun already and you've made considerable inroads. There's also someone here to help you, Uriel, whose name means fire of God. You can work directly in your meditations with this archangel for self understanding, transformation, and guidance. Also, be on the lookout for someone in your daily life whom Uriel has sent. This could be a teacher, a mentor, or even a new friend who shares a kinship with you about this inner quest. It is a relationship of great value that comes in at a time of profound power. Don't diminish the importance of this phase. It is this work that leads you to your initiation and your higher power. The Akashic Force has a little message here. It usually gives you like something to meditate on to kind of embody the energy. So let's see. Since the Archangel Uriel approach you and send his energy into you. Oh, I said that weird. Like, since the Archangel, man, how do I put that into words? Like, I want you to feel this sensation of the Archangel Uriel approach you and send his energy into you. Take a deep breath and feel yourself fill with the desire to carve out a new life for yourself. Let this force and purpose swell within you. With them, you can blast away the old and create that new life in every moment. Brava! Brava, darling. Now let's get into the Two of Scrolls. Two of Scrolls, two worlds in the upright position. Surrounded by a spinning wheel and baskets of wool, a beautiful woman, worried and tired, gazes at the embers in the fireplace. She has worked hard at her spinning for the coins that are gathered on the table. The expansive window behind her looks out onto a Buddhist monastery high in the mountains. When you receive this card, there is a conflict in your life between what the outer world requires of you and how your own spirit directs you. You actually may have had a number of past lives where you wanted to focus on your spiritual growth and therefore join a monastery to do so. Then, missing the wonders of that secular world could offer, such as love, family, and financial success, you chose the secular world exclusively in your next incarnation. Yet, this didn't offer the spiritual focus you also sought. What did I say? I said that toxic masculinity, you probably built a wonderfully fantastic world in the external, but it's no fulfill. It no fulfilling, okay? Going on, it says, yet this didn't offer the spiritual focus you also sought. Because of this, it's likely that you bounce back and forth from the monistic to the personal in a number of incarnations and through a number of different faiths. You are now again experiencing a polarity between a fully self realized spiritual experience and personal success in your day to day life. It often feels as though you have to let one go in order to embrace the other. This push pull will continue until you learn to bring your spiritual self to every situation in your personal life. It's time to replace worry with trust and integrate your eternal truth with your temporal reality. If you have a job or are in a relationship that actively pulls you from your spirit, you must deal with it or possibly leave it. Who you are forever is who you are now. Let nothing impede that power. When you own it, absolute self realization in both worlds will elude you no longer. That's just a long winded way of saying balance. And the Akashic Force final message from this card reads: close your eyes and say to yourself, the divine thrives in my daily world. Then see the God of your understanding beside you. See yourself walking through your life in this great company, handling everything that comes your way. Brava, darling. Brava. That's all I have to say. Congratulations to the balance that is transforming your life. Um, Pray this reading brought peace, love, light, healing, clarity, but most importantly, truth and motivation to you. As this video is current now through November 30th of 2025, I do have 30% off of my website, which is including but not limited to readings live and pre-recorded, as well as my tarot takeation course where you can learn tarot from me, and some gently used decks as well. Peruse the website, it'll be linked down in the description box below. The Goddess of the Unknown. And that's what I have for you, darling. 30% off is a really good sale. So go ahead and check that out. And no, we did not raise the prices for you to get the 30% off. No, Tay don't move like that. I don't move that way. So check us out. See if any of those opportunities align with you. And also, um, as always, first link in the description box is going to take you over to my website. Second link is Patreon. Um, as we are getting ready to embrace the new year of 2026, I want to lean into more like personal interactions with you guys. So if you do join us on Patreon, please do not hesitate to participate in the community conversations. I don't always have it in me to start a conversation because maybe I just don't know what to say. I always put so much into the reading. So that's how I'm going to be talking. But I really would like for more of us to join in there so that we can have I just want constant conversation to be flowing in there. And the conversations are on every level, like with the tiers. There's the lowest tier where you always have that at least one pick a card a week uploaded. The second tier is a weekly check-in on top of the weekly pick a card upload. The third tier is a personal monthly reading on top of the weekly check-ins every single week, on top of the weekly pick a cards every single week. But every tier also gets to access. There's a group chat for everybody that's a part of Patreon, every single tier. And then there's also separate conversations for every tier itself. I really want us to get that tier that has everyone in it. I would really love for us to just start talking. I don't care if you're talking about your dog, if you're talking about how you feel that day, if you want to share good news, if you want to share some not so great news and seek out some assistance, I would love for those kind of conversations to take place. My astrological girls and guys and thems and theys and in between and on the outskirts, if you would like to drop in and talk about what's happening in the ethers, I would love that kind of stuff. So I don't know, just I would love some conversationalists in the community chats over on Patreon. I would love that so much. That's like my dream, my vision is just to wake up out of my slumber one day and then go and check Patreon, and you guys have had 50, 1100 million thousand messages of just communicating with each other. That's my goal. So I would really appreciate that. Um so yeah, I wonder if there's a way for free members to access the community as well, because I don't care about the money part. I just want people that really F with me to really be able to talk to me and people of the communities all the time. But yeah, thank you for sitting through my rant. I truly appreciate you for that. And also anything else? Anything else that I need to add? If you would like to donate to the channel, a gift or monetarily, there's a PO box as well as a virtual tip jar in the description box down below. I thank you in advance. Love you and ta-ta for now. Group number 2, you chose Shrine Harmony. And I'm immediately hearing this gospel song. How excellent. That is excellent from the Sunday service choir. It has a beautiful picture of the ocean and it's just blue and it's just wonderful. That's actually like my favorite gospel album. It's just a press play from start to finish. Takes you to heaven, quite frankly. Which is interesting because look at this here. We have this triangle, this shrine, this perfect form, this perfect harmony here, and it's in the clouds. So, horizons are relevant here. Clouds, oceans, skylines, sunsets. No, sunrises. I was going to say sunsets and sunrises. No, sunrises. Sunrises are significant here. So, to relate to you a bit more, I'm going to pull 2 cards to talk about current circumstances or situations that you might be going through to help you feel seen, to confirm that you're at the right reading. Let's see. I'm seeing green and keys and things being unlocked. This could be surrounding March, St. Patrick's Day, or Irish or Ireland things, people. Okay. The King of Swords reversed. I don't know why. This is so specific, but like some sort of a liar, like I don't know if it's like a Irishman or a politician that's lied, or someone with Irish descent that's lied or is lying. Look, that's I don't know. I don't know if that's like going to be on the news or something, or maybe you're watching a show. But either way, it's like even if it's not like Irish or Ireland, there's a lying political figure. I don't know if this is going to be, again, like news headlines, or if this is very specific for someone, like you're doing something or watching a show and this just really aligns for you. I don't know. But that's something that's coming through here. The second card. An Irish goodbye. Okay. That's like just, isn't that like what people say when they like don't say goodbye, they just leave or something like that? Um, and then we have the Page of Pentacles paired with it. So like something about either like a liar or someone being cold or someone being distant or not explaining something. This could be like ghosting. Um, but maybe they left you with something. Okay, maybe it's like maybe it doesn't have to be super negative. This could even be an experience where like someone didn't tell you that they were going to leave you a really nice gift or something, or someone didn't tell you like, yeah, I'm giving this to you. I'm calling it a loan, but it's actually a gift. Like, don't pay me back. I don't know. There's something along those lines here. Yeah, the Hierophant, which takes me back to again like that politician or like political vibe. What is this? No, guys, I need to. What's peeking out here? The King of Cups. The back of the deck is the Four of Cups. Yeah, there's something here about like feeling like someone left you hanging, but they left you with something valuable as well here too. Or, oh, okay, this could be like if it's not like a liar, this could also be someone who just doesn't reveal their whole hand, or someone who, um, like gives proverbs or like they speak in codes, um, and like leave you to decode it yourself because that will then bring more value to you. Um, this is also reminding me too of like spiritual leaders that don't tell you who to be, but lead the horse to the water, but don't make the horse drink. I don't know, brother, sister, sibling. I don't know, but I do know that I trust my intuition. But yeah, like the Hierophant here, this could also be like just super symbolic or synchronistic, and you just can't explain it. Like it's eerie, but in a really comforting way, spiritually speaking. So for this to be describing where you are currently, this could be talking about like being really unclear or unaware, but knowing you're in the right place, trusting God, maybe even experiencing deja vu and knowing that everything is good. Um, Something is real and something is true, even if, I don't know, there's something here about like, see, when I say lying, for some of you, it could be the extremes of that, but this almost feels like a lighthearted sense of it, like someone not telling you something good that they're about to do for you, or something like this. Okay. Okay. Let's get into it. Trine Harmony Group. Trine Harmony Group. Oh, okay. Also, this could be like someone again like left something behind, like a gift, or this could be like an anonymous gift, or even if it's not like a purposely gifted to you, this could even be a situation where like you go to the store and you see like money on the ground and you don't know who left it there, and there's nobody around, there's no wallet, it's just cash. Now it's yours, something like that. It's just unexplainable good things, or an unexplainable good thing, or an unexplainable synchronicity, or an unexplainable good feeling. Okay. What trippy transformation is Pluto presenting to you? We start with the Tower. Um, this is not small. This is not easily ignored or deniable in any way. It's it's big, it's loud, it's proud. It cannot be ignored. Bottom deck, the Ace of Wands. Yeah, it's just so obvious that it's your time to shine, or like it's just so, oh, and it makes sense too because you, if you look at all of the four cards laid out, the cards signifying each group, yours is the only one in gray, standing out on purpose. That's intentional. So Pluto is bringing some sort of transformation that is big, bold, loud. Like these are things that you can't hide. These are blessings that you can't hide. Um like you could be as humble, as meek, as sweet as you want to be, but people are going to see the blessings, the rain. The ring? Uh, Is somebody getting, are you getting are you getting married? Engaged? Hope that didn't anyways. Let's see. Yeah, and I'm just staring at it. I'm just staring. Um, Also, this makes me think of like a storm, but like not the kind that makes you worry, the kind that like makes you feel cleansed, healed, rectified. And then the Five of Swords pops out on top of the Tower, following up. Again, to me, this is almost like I don't know what to do with this good thing. Again, like using that engagement or marriage example, or if you just got a new house or a new car or a new apartment or a new bag, it's just something that it can't be ignored. And it's almost like one of those things that you have to adjust to, because it might even make you feel embarrassed, or like everybody's staring at you because of this good thing, this transformation here. It's a stark difference. Um, I think it brings like attention and make something very public for you, which it's a good thing. It is like this is not negative at all, but it does take some adjusting. That's a major thing that keeps coming through here is that this is something that takes some adjusting. Luck, good things that take some adjusting. It takes some getting used to, if you will. Yeah, Temperance, Three of Swords, the Wheel, Page of Cups, because it's such a stark difference, or it's exactly what you asked for at one point in time. Wow. Okay, another thing here too, Nine of Swords. This could be a situation where like things are going so well, or you're like so overwhelmed by good things that you can't even sleep. Like I'm not even joking. This is like one of those good things where it's like I, I, I can't even sleep. I asked for this. I wanted this. I'm also getting here to like the nerves that or the jitters that comes again right before like marriage or right before you close on a house, things like that. Right before a major commitment is also coming through here too. Right before having to leave behind the old. And the thing is, this I can say with all confidence. Wow. Yeah, like the feeling right before you become a mother, the feeling right before you become a parent, it's nerve-wracking and you're literally kissing goodbye to the old life. But it's a good thing. It's a blessing, but it's something that makes you nervous at the same exact time. It's like, I know that this is what I prayed for, this is what I asked for, this is the path that I want it to be on, but there's still nerves that come along with it. And you can't help that, quite frankly. So, yeah, change in the wind as I split the deck here. These are the nerves that come along with a whole new life, quite frankly. The nerves that come along with unexpected blessings. Actually, isn't there a theory or a concept surrounding like embarrassment that comes in with sudden wealth or with sudden respect or sudden power? There's this period of shame or guilt or nervousness, rightfully so, because you're going from this to that. Exchanging gifts. This definitely feels like exchanging vows, or I'm giving you this amount of money for this. Also, there's something here about like a safety deposit box or like putting something in a bank or in a safe for keepsake. For some of you, this has to do with like you're doing this because you are going away for a while or you're traveling somewhere for a while. For some of you, this is like you um giving your pet to a family member to take care of because you're going to take on a really great opportunity. Again, nerves come along with this, but it's a good thing. And you're like, oh, but I don't want to leave my pet. But also, like, this is a really good thing. So I got to do what I got to do. And also, this is the feeling of when reality strikes, like something that you asked for, begged for, pleaded for. Now that it's finally here, everything that comes along with it, it's like this is when reality really sets in. And it's not a bad thing, but I will say that I think it can be overwhelming. And that's something that you will be experiencing in this transition is the overwhelm of getting exactly what you asked for, or the overwhelm of a good thing, the overwhelm of change, the overwhelm of transformation. The overwhelm of transitions because this doesn't feel like it's lasting. This is the transition itself from getting from that first point to the next, but that in between phase, like think of an infinity symbol or a eight on its side, that pinch in between the two circles, that's where you are, that transition of getting away from the old and into the new cycle. It's it requires much of you. What is that saying where much is required, much is gained? I don't know, something like that. Investment, banking, bankers, those kind of things are relevant here as well. Some of you are selling a property or selling a business or selling a name. Wasn't I just talking about all these eights? And now we have the eight of forces at the bottom of the deck. And guess what? It says the lightning bolt, which references to that storm that I talked about. Okay. We're going to read straight from the book about these two cards here, but the one that came out for you is up in the air, the number 18. So again, this hints at transformation when things are up in the air between the old and the new, maybe not really knowing exactly what's in the in between or not really knowing where your feet are about to land, but you just trust that you're going to land anyways. But there's still nervousness that comes along with the concept of the landing. Let's see here. But 818 seems to be relevant. Let's read the bottom of the deck first, which is the eight of forces. Eight of forces. Eight of forces reads the lightning bolts. I can't make this up though. I see right up under that is a baby surrounded by fairies, and in this card up in the air is couple. So I feel like there's a shakeup, but it's a good scary shakeup. Okay, the lightning bolt reads a lightning bolt illuminates a stormy night sky, striking a tree down to its core. Puddles of rain pool upon the ground. This card shows that it's a time of splitting apart, a time of loss, disappointment, or even a metaphorical death. You may be feeling wounded, grieved, or gravely disappointed. The loss could be a career opportunity, romantic relationship, partnership, creative project, or friendship. At first glance, the event may seem sudden or unexpected, but in the light that flashes, we see the deep puddles of a storm that has been going on for some time. You've probably been aware of the threat or difficulty at some level, even if you were unwilling to acknowledge it before. Now it's time to accept the situation and not fight what's so. There is benefit coming, but it often takes an ending to bring forth a new beginning and a storm to cleanse the field. Can't make this up. It's a shakeup that cannot be ignored and leads to, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Actually, you know what this pans out to? I've experienced this myself. Um, Car accident that totals your vehicle. And in the moment, you're like looking at the sky, like, why me? Why? And then you're without a car for however long. And in that in between time, you're just like, yo, like, I need a car. What is going on? I don't have the funds for this. I didn't prepare for this. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I wasn't prepared. And then a few months later, however long later, you're rolling in the car of your dreams unexpectedly. But let's not downplay that season of not knowing, that season of not knowing what's up, not knowing what's down, again, up in the air. And there's also this Akashic Force message that comes along with this here, which kind of like helps you to envision this energy. So it reads, imagine a lightning bolt striking nearby, leaving some destruction in its wake. Now close your eyes and with a deep breath, feel the energy of lightning stir within you. It's almost as if the finger of God is yours to employ. How do you want to direct this energy in your life? So, even if this is a shakeup resulting from a loss, such as a job or an opportunity or a relationship, you could dwell on it. And the thing is that you can embrace all the feelings that comes along with it, but you could also switch it and be like, this is a new form of freedom. I can now find a job that respects me. I can now find a job that pays me more. I can now find a relationship that suits my needs and helps me to grow. I can now spend time with myself, on myself. I can now find a better suited opportunity. I can now see why those opportunities or those people or those things did not work out for me. And I can appreciate why. That also symbolizes here at the bottom of the deck on this deck here, it says all that glitters. So I feel like something that you are clinging on to or something that you think that you want really bad doesn't work out. And it's one of those things where you have to trust the process and realize that rejection is God's protection and redirection. Okay. Now 18. And just now the feminine side of my nose started itching. And also 18 symbolizes the moon card, which talks about mystery, not understanding who, what, when, where, why or where. Okay, why or how is what I meant to say, but I said wow. So I think that that's something that's going to surprise you or shock you, is a wow factor. Um, this could also be like a wow factor, like, you know, when someone does something and you're like, wow, I did not expect that of them, and maybe it's like in the worst way, and you have to be able to decode it and see it for the protection that you needed. It's one of the things that this might not, I'm pretty sure that there's people that will come to this group and be like, this is not what I wanted to hear. I'm not talking to those people. That's all I have to say. 18 up in the air reads, a man and woman gaze with anticipation at a hot air balloon in a bright blue sky. The balloon flies high above the hills, and contents of the balloon's basket are hidden from view. During this time of your life, there are aspects of an important situation that seem hidden to you. You may feel a strong, almost urgent desire to know how it's going to turn out. You can connect with your spirit guides and the Akashic records and ask for a little insight, but there are elements that are unknown at this time, unknowable. There is too much about the situation that is still up in the air. This could be due to the influence of others who are undecided, or some events may not have yet come to pass, or unexpected discoveries are yet to be made. That just dawned on me too. Unexpected discoveries, and I'm thinking of this tower card right here. For some of you, it's like your dream house that you get so close to receiving, and then it goes through inspection, and the inspector reveals something. You're like, wow, I I can't afford that, or wow, I can't fix that, or something like that. And you have to just kind of move forward and be like, you know what? If I loved this one as much as I did, there has to be another one out there for me too. And there's like that moving reluctantly, but doing it anyways because you know it's best for you. So, also at this time, do not try to romanticize certain people, places, things, and situations when the truth is lying right there in front of you. Because if you ignore it, you could be forcing yourself into a cycle that you didn't have to experience had you taken heed to the warnings, the messages beforehand. Okay? I'm never going to lie to you, bruh. I'm not gonna lie. So this is a message. And it rounds out and says, trust is the only way for you now. If you push too hard to know or to influence the outcome, you might push that outcome away. Let go of all urgency and give the situation to your higher, infinite self, who will take care of it all. Time is required to know more about this matter. And time doesn't matter to your eternal self, whose power and love are always with you. For now, and indeed forever. What else do you need? Nothing but trust, the deepest knowing that all you seek will be revealed to you in the right time. Also, those of you that may be in a relationship and wondering if you should be in the relationship, or at a job, wondering if you should be at the job, if you're in a position and wondering if you should be there, there's going to be a revelation that shows you, actually. This is taking me back here. You're in a situation where you're just like not knowing what to do, but going through the lesson will make you the student. There's something here that you don't see that's meant to make you the student on purpose. This is with intentionality. Um, that's the issue with a lot of like spiritual folks, and especially those of us that are into tarot. We think that, oh, I need to know every detail. No, you do not, because if you knew every detail, there would be no point in living life. Anyways, the Akashic Force reads, take a deep breath and fill yourself with the power of trust. An outcome you seek drifts in the distant sky, and though you don't know when it will be realized, peace is yours completely. You know that it's on its way. So you probably, oh, those of you I had talked about, like things that you feel like someone could be lying, or um, whatever it may be. What's going on is, excuse me, a feeling or a sensation in the air that you don't know how to properly decode, that you don't have proof of yet. which is soon to be revealed, which is going to allow you to backtrack to decode your intuition. And so now moving forward through these situations or scenarios, you never have to live through this again, because now you'll know what that impending feeling was. So it's important to be paying attention to how you feel at this time, paying attention to what you do and don't believe. Um, really pay attention. This will be a good time to journal as well too, because there's a lesson coming of this. And it doesn't have to be like the world's worst lesson or anything. It could be something quite simple. It depends on you, your lifestyle, the situation that you're questioning, etc. But what it really is like you getting more in tune with yourself to realize, oh, when I feel like this is what it means. So that's what Pluto is bringing to you. And if you take note, like throughout this reading, nothing was certain until we ended it. So you literally have to see something through in order for everything to make sense, in order for you to understand why, insert whatever question here. But I need to remind you that some sort of luck and harmony and is the result of this. You're in perfect flow. So even if this is something that doesn't end how you want it to, it ends exactly as it's meant to, exactly as it's supposed to. I do sense here all of a sudden now, see, that's what I'm saying. Like it's going to make sense by the end of it, because now this card here is coming through and it's like this crow is calling really loud in the head. And now you're like backtracking to when that crow started making noise. And so now you have this full circle moment. And now that crow is going to be really loud. So I have to admit that there's probably an instance here where you're like, oh, I'm stupid, stupid, stupid. I should have known that this is what that meant. I should have stupid, stupid, stupid known that this was that. But it's not meant for you to dwell on it, but for you to decipher it. Take note of the crows there. And now this crow is in white here. It's like, it's actually bringing you more clarity for preparedness in a future circumstance, that you will be so glad that you had this turmoil to endure, because you won't have to deal with it later. It's basically a point where we better be glad that we dealt with this now, that we learned this lesson now, before it really harmed us in the next situation or the next scenario. Not like the direct next. This feels like way into the future next kind of situation here. This is one of those like better to know now than to know way, 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 way down the line when it's too late, or when you wished that you woulda, coulda, shoulda done this, done that. This something about Thanksgiving could be relevant, or just like cooking and meal preps, but like really good food is relevant. And I am filming this the week of Thanksgiving, so for those of you that are watching currently, it's something that could be revealed to you like right here, right now. Um, or for those of you that are tuned in later, you might want to reflect on the past Thanksgiving, even if you don't celebrate the holiday, or just like the the closest time frame of a really well cooked meal is relevant. And also something about like curry chicken or stew chicken is also relevant too. Okay. Love you guys. And this is all that I have for you. Again, don't take this as doom and gloom, honey. Please don't. And if you do, just go shake it off, run outside, and remind yourself that this is life. That just reminded me of this song by Skip Marley. This is life, oh life, out there somewhere for me. Life. Yeah, I think the song is called Life by Skip Marley. It's a good song. Um, just so you know, as you are tuned in here, I am currently running a deal up until November 30th of 2025, 30% off of my entire website, whether that is a reading live or pre-recorded, whether that is learning tarot from me. Yes, 30% off of that course is available right now through November 30th. You don't want to miss. And That's also including some gently used spiritual materials. If you are interested, check out my website. First link in the description box to make that happen. And you can use that Black Friday code, Black Friday. It's I'll be sure to put it on the screen and in the description box down below or in the comments, whichever. It'll be somewhere for you to find it. But yeah, if you're interested in that, go ahead and use that to your advantage up until November 30th of 2025. First link in the description box, head on over to my website. Second link is Patreon. Patreon, please join us and please start conversations in the community. We have chats available. There's a chat for every tier, but there's also one big old chat for everybody that I would really like to make more active. I'm always focused on conducting the readings and putting out videos for you guys. But if you would start like participating in the community and having more conversations with each other, I would really, 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 really value that. Like I would just love to like wake up one day and see like 40 plus messages from the community of everybody talking. I'm going to see if it's possible to have free members included in that as well, because you can have a free membership on Patreon or join one of my 3 tiers, whatever comes along with benefits for you that you think are worth your while. But I do want to see if the free members can participate in the chat. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, a physical gift, there's a PO box. For monetary donations, there is a virtual tip jar. And I thank you in advance. Ta-ta for now. Group number 3 that chose the Chiron healing card. Let's go ahead and see what transformation is Pluto bringing. Okay. This is slow and strategic. But before we get too deep into it, what I want are 2 cards to make it very clear, very obvious that if you selected this group, you're in the right place. Let's see. Uh, Trophy could be relevant. And also like biting on something to see if it's real, like testing a metal. Okay. We have the Hermit. This is a secret desire or something that you hold close to your own chest. Um, Intimacy or something that you don't tell people about. Also, I just started holding my necklace. It's almost like, not even almost. I'm just gonna explain it and it'll make sense later, I guess. I'm picturing someone who decides for themselves what kind of engagement ring they would want. And this is something that you've never really shared with anyone because you never needed to. Basically, things that you have decided or determined for yourself, even if it's not anywhere near the time, like you don't even have a significant other, but you know what kind of engagement ring you want. That kind of energy is coming through here. Yeah, the Hermit and the Hanged Man. Things that you know for when the time comes. This is what's relevant. Holding on to truths that align with you and you already know before the time really comes. Wanting to rearrange some things. I'm also picking up like an annoyance or an aggravation or an irritation. This could be like a feeling that you're experiencing, or this could be talking about like this could be reflected in your skin, like a irritation, a rash, something annoying. Let's get into it. That's But basically, these are what's relevant to you right now are things that you know about yourself, like what kind of ring you like, what style of home that you like, what annoys you, things that you just know about yourself. That's how you know you're in the right place. If you just feel like you really know yourself really well, you sat with yourself really well, you know your shadows and you know your light. You know what makes you you. You know enough to confidently say, I know myself. There's some people that don't know what kind of insert whatever here that they like, or they don't even know what kind of insert whatever here that they don't like. But you have a solid and grounded sense of yourself. Now, let's get into it. We have the moon. There, okay, so Pluto's bringing up a new feeling that I think will further establish more about what you know about yourself, or will confirm something that you feel like you already know or knew about yourself. Yeah, Ace of Wands. hmm There's a new sensation or a new uprising or a new fire, a new desire, a new passion, a new drive. Yeah, the Chariot. And remember, I was just talking about knowing about your light and your shadows, knowing what pisses you off, knowing what drives you, knowing what you love, knowing what you like, knowing what you hate and what you dislike. There's a new sensation, a new rise of that. 10 of Pentacles. It has to do with values, your moral compass, what you believe in, what you stand on, what kind of home you want to create for yourself, what kind of home you want to build. Also, okay, the someone's engine just started up outside and it's a loud one. And it just happened as soon as I said also. Um, you will be able to differentiate between temporary highs and lows, but mostly the highs. You will find yourself well tempered when navigating certain situations because you're kind of in this vibe of like been there, done that, or I already know how I am in these type of situations. So because you take heed in whatever way, which takes us to this Chiron healing energy, like things that you learn about yourself, difficulties and guilt that you face, and shame and wounds and teachings that you examined about yourself and you know now, and because you know better, you can do better. What transformation is Pluto bringing? I love it. Milk and honey, 51 with come to the edge. What is this? To the sea. What is this? Mending, back of deck, fates. You will be choosing something that is perfect for you. You will be making the right, precise, perfect move for you. Something that you choose or say yes to or say no to is so perfect and divine that you will feel this sense of like winning. Oh, I talked about the medal, like the did I mention a trophy? Because I meant to. But yeah, like a trophy or a medal, like biting the coin. You're gonna feel like you won because something is just so perfect for you. Something I don't know what this is, but Pluto is bringing in something that is so perfect for you. Oh, your calling. as I'm like sitting here, so perfect for you. Your calling. Something is your calling. Pluto is aligning you with your calling, with the thing that brings you to the land of milk and honey. I'm actually feeling guided to read that card straight from the book, and so I'm going to. And yeah, I'll get one more from this deck, and we will do the same. Seven of Keys, the Ascent. Yeah, that feels good as hell. Something feels really good that you do or accomplish or achieve for yourself. Something feels so good to experience. Three of Keys, the chess game. Yeah, like you win. You win something, and it's not just like it's not an easy win. You know yourself so well, and you navigate a situation so well because you know yourself, so much so that you win, that you achieve a sense of wealth. This is the thing, is that it's something that's so specifically tailored to you, your morals, and the kind of home that you want to build for yourself, that other people might look at it and be like, okay, cool, like who cares? But it's perfect for you. It's tailor made for you. Let's get into it. Isn't 51 that number that 17 goes into? Like it, what is 51 divided by 17? Bro, am I thinking of the right number? Let's see. 51 divided by 17. 3. And I think, isn't that like a prime number or something like that? It's like, I remember when I learned that way back when they were teaching us that kind of thing in grade school. I was in shock. I was awed at the fact that those are the only prime numbers that work out perfectly like that, under 100 or something like that. And it always stuck in my brain, just like how I recalled the information just like that. Like, doesn't 17 fit into 51 perfectly? You don't really think that. Okay, this is also telling you too, like if there's a guessing game, like you guess how many gummies are in a jar. You you get so close that you win the prize or something like this here. Like the thing is that you have to have a specific strategy. You're something about you knowing yourself and your strategy is what aligns you with this perfect win. Okay. Like ascending a mountain. You have to have a strategy to do something like this. You can't just, well, you can, but the odds of someone just waking up one day and saying, I'm going to ascend a mountain with no prior experience, with no advice, no tips, no knowledge, versus someone who's been doing this for years, who would you bet your money on? See, something about bets are relevant here as well. No, I'm not telling you to bet or gamble. Do what your intuition guides you to do. But anyways, milk and honey, 51. And this is like one of the last cards. What is it? Like second to last, third to last? How many are in here? Gasp. Gasp. It's the second to last. Also, something about, yeah, like a signature or spotting the differences or the similarities in something is relevant too. Or like pattern recognition. Because these books are designed so similarly that it makes me question if they were like published in the same space or by the same company. I don't think that they were, but that's just on the surface. But anyways, that's not relevant, but it is. There's something here about like pattern recognition, something that you're good at, you're decoding something or like unraveling a mystery or figuring out a puzzle. And I'm believing for whatever reason that it leads to a prize, a key gift or opportunity. Milk and honey. The essential meanings of this is the taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. This oracle's message reads, you've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. In relationships, this talks about sensuality, connection, and passion, romance between lovers. Sweet moments of understanding and love among friends and family are all here for you to savor now. Your heart's calling will be answered. Let your thoughts and feelings be sweet with gratitude, and you will be nourished with the honey of abundance. The prosperity message of this card reads, there is only one authentic you. This version of yourself is spirit's emissary in the world. When you're in alignment with the truth that you are a unique expression of the divine, your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate your purpose. Now is a time when you're seeking your true north. When you find this direction, you automatically step into prosperity, and the world brings you evidence of abundance. Miracles are a choice and a way of seeing the world. With every choice you make right now, you have the potential to seize good fortune and embrace your destiny. Opportunities will lead you to your best life now. Be open to them. You're getting a sweet taste of what you want. The protection message reads, a nameless unease compels you to turn to pleasure and comfort as a means to escape what's really going on. It works in the moment, but only fleetingly, before the feelings return and you need to re-up until you're exhausted. Feeling worse than before, you may continue struggling, or you may see the light and choose to surrender to spirit. Now is a time for practicing extreme self-care. If you can, do so before you engage in behaviors you'll regret later. You are so loved, so cared for. Feel love and compassion for yourself. Turn your troubles over to the divine for healing. That's all that counts right now. You, bathing in the luxuries that are perfectly fit for you, the king or queen or royalty that you are. Now, switching over to this deck here, the bottom deck and this card, for every group leading up into this, I was guided to read the bottom deck energy first, but actually I'm being guided to read this one first, which is the Seven of Keys, the Ascent. Seven of Keys, and I'll mark my page for the Three of Keys because that's what we're reading. Seven of Keys upright reads, a man stands atop a mountain with a rope draped over his shoulder. Metal stakes known as pitons, pitons, remain in the steep cliff face, and he has just climbed this, evidence of the difficult path of his ascent. The rope and pitons may have been the physical keys necessary for his achievement, but so were his hard work and resolve. This card shows that with great effort and determination, you can apply yourself to your goals for assured success. Though there may be some risks involved, you can reach the top. There could be a promotion or an advance to a much higher position coming. Understand, however, that it isn't just luck or external influences, but your own hard work and application that brings the achievement you seek. So keep your efforts strong. Instead of being passed by, you will climb to the heights. And this card also expresses how you can best embrace this energy. And it reads, there is a goal high above you, and you have to climb a steep hill to get there. Close your eyes and feel filled with the energy and enthusiasm for this goal. See how you can apply yourself to this endeavor. What steps can you take to reach the top? This is about committing to a path that truly aligns with you as an individual and your authenticity, and embracing it fully, committing yourself fully, and coming out successful. Bottom deck, we have the Three of Keys, the chess game, strategy. A game is in play upon this chessboard. Some of the pieces are sidelined, while the bronze queen lies on her side of the playing field. The people represented by these chess pieces are not usually those you meet for enjoyable pastimes. This is a card of political and social conflict. You may be in store for difficult interactions in group settings, such as boards of directors, corporate hierarchies, management disruptions, or conflicted family situations. Though sides seem to be clearly divided, many of the people involved are really out for themselves. Deceit is present, and you may not be at all certain about everyone's motives or strategies. It's time for you to take an emotional or even an actual step back. The more you get involved and the stronger you hold your position, the more heated the situation may become. No matter how challenging, try to maintain an inner peace. Don't participate in any battles or allegiances, but don't let yourself be deceived either. Look at everything coolly and unemotionally. The people around you are serving their own agendas. Try to detach, be objective, and treat everyone involved with a deeper sense that you source from wisdom without being misled. There may be a time for you to leave or distance yourself from the situation, but because of circumstances, it may not be here yet. For now, let yourself be a knowing observer and watch. How to embrace this energy: close your eyes and feel yourself upon a chessboard. Really put yourself there and take a look around you. See who the other players are and how you feel about them. What do you want your next move to be? That really feels like the energy that you feel or face when you're doing something that you love at a job that you really like, fulfilling something that you love. But there's always the naysayers, the haters, the complications, the reasons to quit. I do also sense a mirrored energy here too. When I was talking about how Pluto is going to ignite a new feeling or a passion, that's on a spectrum, light and shadow. This could be something really positive that you're passionate about, or something really negative that you feel passionately about. But either way, it's a spectrum and a reflection of you. And you knowing yourself, like we talked about, is why you will leave the situation successful AF, because you know yourself, you know how to read a room, you know how to read the energy, you know how to move. And you're walking away from a situation that tries to take your peace or humble you, and it just doesn't succeed in any way. Confirmation. I just got a message and it's linked to my computer if you heard that. Interestingly enough, it's someone communicating to me that they are going to postpone something because it's just too much energy. Basically, they're like, line is long as hell. I'll come back another day. That's something like that here. And like, you know yourself. So you're like, you know what? I'm just going to do this instead, or I'm going to do that instead, or I'm going to bow out, or I'm going to back up. Something like that. Which leads to peace, triumph, success, fortitude, Respect is a big one here too with the Ten of Pentacles and what you value. And this is a very like full circle moment, it feels like. Because I think that this is something that you faced in the past, and maybe you weren't proud of how you handled it. Yeah, that makes me a little emotional saying that in this energy. So, something about how you handled things in the past that you aren't proud of. And you're now being presented a new opportunity to show up as a renewed version of yourself. And you do just that. And you walk away so proud, so triumphant with clear evidence that you've learned the lesson. And as a wise woman once said, peace and blessings manifest with every lesson learned. If your knowledge were your wealth, then it would be well earned. If we were made in his image, then call us by our names. Most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear us just the same. Okay, I'm gonna listen to that. But anyways, um, whew, nose is itchy. Okay, it's the right side of the nose. So something about actions. Yeah, like who we are, like your actions reflecting you. There's something here about like a victorious moment because your actions really reflect your growth, who you are, what you believe in, period. This is just a really proud moment for yourself. Like, this is something that you're going to want to like go and celebrate because you handle it so well, because you got to the end result in an honorable way, something like that. Why do I feel like there's something I was going to say, why do I feel like I want to tell you something? Because I do. So, right now, through November 30th of 2025, there is 30% off of my website. That includes live and pre-recorded readings. That also includes learning tarot from me via Tarot Taycation under the Shop and Learn tab on my website. You can head on over there and see what you might like. There's also some gently used spiritual tools that you might be able to put to use much greater than I could. So check that out, 30% off of the whole website up until November 30th of 2025 if you are watching this currently. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, first link in the description box, head on over to my website. Take advantage of that Black Friday deal. That's what you type into the coupon code bar. Black Friday in all caps for 30% off. Second link in the description box takes you over to Patreon, where there is every single week at least one new pick a card for the first tier. And then there's at least one energy check-in for the second tier, plus the at least one pick a card. And then the third tier is the personal reading on top of the at least one weekly check-in, at least one pick a card. You can access all of that on the top tier. But there also is something that's accessible to all, which is a community chat room, which I would love to just kind of like have popping off. Like I would love to, I just picture myself like waking up one day and seeing like 40 plus people, 40 plus messages, where we're just all communicating and talking about life and connecting in that way. Which also brings me to the fact that I want to maybe do some sort of at least once a month live or vibe where we just kind of like come in and chat together. I'm figuring it out. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any ideas on like platforms that I can use. But yeah, that's a desire of mine is to get the chat room popping. I really want us to just be talking like all the time, whether you're talking to me directly or talking to your fellow brethren, sisterin, and the commonality is me, you know, like that's how we come together. That just I would love, love, love that. Where we're just chatting about like astrology, our day, the energy, how we're feeling, what's going on, the good, the bad, but above all, just respecting each other and showing true community. Okay. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, there's a PO box for tangible gifts and a virtual tip jar for virtual tips. Thank you in advance. I will talk to you next time. Bye. Oh my gosh. Why? was I thinking of coming into your reading with a greeting that I can't even repeat it. I can't even, it's, oh, I would never say that on my channel. I'm just going to leave it at that. But what that leads me to believe is that there's something about comfort, intimacy, family, closeness, vulnerability. And there could be a new person coming into your life. Okay, if it's not a new person, it's a new way of interacting with an old person. Mm, Old person, not like an old person, but like a someone that you've known before. How do you pronounce this? Because I see Vesta, devotion. Let's see. I want to start with two cards that are signifying of your current circumstance or some sort of sign symbol synchronicity that you're in the right place. Trust your intuition. You were guided here for a reason. Ten of Pentacles, exactly. Familiarity, family. Like the greeting that I was about to say, when I tell you, like, only a few people would ever hear me say something like that. Could be a Sagittarius that you're growing closer to. Something about someone wanting your time, effort, energy right now, but this feels like something that you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know that someone feels this way right now. Bottom deck, Five of Swords. Someone's experiencing regrets regarding you, or flip it, and maybe you're the one who has regrets about not spending time, effort, energy with someone, or you are experiencing regrets about the way that you spent time, effort, energy with someone. It could be little glimmers, little moments where you're like, coulda, woulda, shoulda done this better. But it's not something that's like weighing on you really heavily. It's more of a, I'll never do that again, or I'll never move like that again. I'll never do it like that again. Something like that. And it's not even so much as like you being down on yourself about it, but more so about like how you react or don't react or respond to the someone else's behavior or nature. There's a reflection here where you're coming back down to earth and kind of like going over something, re-examining the way that you handled it and how what you would have done differently. But I don't sense a heavy burden of regret. But life is on a spectrum. For some people it is a heavy, heavy, heavy burden. For others it's just noted, we'll move better in the future. Let's see. So, what trippy transformation is Pluto bringing into your life? Group number 4 almost came out, but it didn't. 333. And when I tell you, I just peeped that on the timer and it looked like it froze in time for a second. So, the way that that card came out made me think of like a car coming to a halting stop and catching people's eye or attention. Two of Wands. And look at that. In the card is a car. Down there's a little car. Ooh, okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Three of Cups. Okay, so this has to do with, I said that Three of Cups. If you know anything about tarot, this could be about reconciliations. Oh, and I said 333 on the timer. Here's another three. King of Wands. That Sagittarius energy is coming through here majorly again. And I'm also looking at this person here, like this vibe of like being stabbed in the back. But it's crazy because it's like I feel like we've healed from being stabbed in the back, but the wound is still on the clothes. It's interesting because it's showing up as if the clothes are washed, but that doesn't remove the hole that was put in the shirt from being stabbed in the back. The shirt is clean, but you cannot just patch up that hole. I don't know, it's something here like the material, it'll be obvious. For some reason, we would rather keep the wound in the shirt and keep the shirt as long as it's clean and still wear it because we still love the shirt. Wearing your authentic skin, your authentic coverings, even with the wounds, the scars, and everything that comes along with it. Page of Cups in the reverse here. This is like the pig's fly card. But like now it's like this never in a million years. Like there's almost like this, ugh, I don't know, like a disgust. Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups. And swords is what you would stab somebody in the back with. Harsh, loving truth or a harsh reality about love, being stabbed in the back. And even like right now, I'm like zoning out, like channeling this energy. Bottom deck is the Two of Swords. Peeking out is the Nine of Swords. Like it's like flashbacks. Nine of Cups. Yeah, because we go from 3 cups to 9 cups. The difference between that is 6 cups flashbacks of not so pleasant backstabbings or not so pleasant experiences. No way. Look who's at the bottom of the freaking decks, the 6 of Cups that I just mentioned. And you saw me. I didn't see that. What is this peeking out? Is that the 9 of Pentacles? Yeah. The backstabbings or the heart cries that make you you. There's something here that Pluto is bringing to transform your luck and the way that people see you. Why do I feel like this is someone who's going to be regretting how they treated you? And you know what's interesting? You know, you know what's interesting? Clock that because they're gonna have to stand on that. There's this line in a song. Is that Boss Man D-Lo? I don't know. You ain't keep it P? Okay, bet. Stand on that. Like there's something here about like you taking that difficult pill that you had to swallow with that Ace of Swords and the Knight of Cups energy, and you're making someone stand on how they treated you. Yeah, make them stand on that. 6 of Cups here. Make them stand on that. Back of deck, Ace of Wands. Judgment. And it's like also this, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Like either you are seeing, I think it's you've been seeing, and now your clarity is about to bring them clarity on how dirty or dusty they really moved with you and how they're going to have to stand on that. There's something, yeah, that's what it is. Like Pluto is bringing some sort of transformation here where someone is going to have to stand on and live with the way that they treated you and witnessing you experience true bliss and true joy and basically coming out unscathed. Like, yeah, you maybe, I don't know, maybe they'll laugh at the hole in your shirt that they stabbed in place. That's the only thing that they can't do though. Because again, the shirt's been cleansed, it's cleaned. Literally the only mark is the hole that they put there. And that hole is just like staring at them for what they did. Because now it's coming through as like, what was the point or what was the reason? This is like someone just being mean or rude and feeling stupid for it now. Almost came out, but didn't. Thinker, the number 44. It's like this face here in this block observing how they might have made someone feel or how a situation might have made someone feel. No place like home. And again, all these cards have a face somewhere in them. Yeah, like hidden. But this feels like a spirit's guide, like an angel watching over you that witnessed how someone or something made you feel. And now they're witnessing you healed from it. Wow. See, in this card, the face is very obvious, round and round. Um, there's reason, peace being brought to you, and some sort of a leadership position or showing the ropes. At the back of the deck is a never ending story. But something tells me that because at the back of the deck, there the story finally ends. It's finally over. It's really hard to see that face there. Ah, you're a reflection of someone. So Pluto is bringing this deep transformation to you by you constantly showing people who they are. Now, that comes with, again, the stabbings, the people not liking what they see and blaming it on you, the projections. That's okay because you've been through this enough times to know now that every single backstabbing is working in your favor, working for your compliments. Also comes with an equal and opposite reaction, which is just as deep as the cut, is as tremendous the reward or the blessing or how you feel on the other side of it. And knowing that it contributes to bettering the world as a whole. This is taking one for the team, if you will. But the thing is that you're not the only person in the world taking these beatings from people projecting onto you. You're not the only one in the world, but there's something about Pluto bringing you to a really comfortable space with the position that you are in and the role that you play. To where now it's almost like every time you get hit or stabbed or whatever, you know that you're getting back pay. So there's something about you kind of getting used to it or being okay with it. Yes, Archangel Michael, that angelic protection. And there's a deeper sense of devotion to this. And the thing is this feels like basically like, you know how a lot of people can get really upset with like, why does God keep doing this to me? That's taking on victim mentality and selfishness, quite frankly, because you're not thinking about your contribution to the kingdom. Everything that happens to you as an individual is a domino effect, a butterfly effect. It changes everything. One little thing changes everything. And it's not just happening to you, it's happening to everyone in their own way in life. You're removing the selfish thoughts and feelings behind what's happening to you and realizing that it's happening for you, which is making life's experience just that much easier to endure. So Pluto will be transforming a lack mentality that you have, as well as a victim mentality that you have. Seven of Roses, the journey. Beautiful picture there. And bottom of the deck, number 2, the Akashic Library. The purpose and meaning of all things. I'm going to read that bottom deck card first. The Akashic Library. I want to point out, for every other deck, I felt like I needed to hold the card up. Where you, Spirit's letting me know I don't have to, because you're not a visual person or a visual learner anymore. Now you just know. Something about that is significant, but I'm going to still hold it up for you just because I want to keep it equal. But you don't need to see something to know something is relevant. The Akashic Library. Inside a great library, candles cast a glow upon the books in the tall shelves. A sage sits thoughtfully with an open book on his table and a quill pen in hand. Sometimes this card can indicate writing or publishing a book for you, but this card also symbolizes a new initiation, an ability to manifest a new life in every way. You have moved deeper into the Akashic records and to a higher self-awareness. Further investigation may be required, but you now have a better understanding of your old motives and your new purpose. It's also a time of heightened intuition as well as greater self-creation. During this phase, all you have to do is add a little conscious effort to write your new records in the Akasha. To get started today, write one simple declaration about the future you wish to create and repeat it to yourself often. Then decide one thing you can do to make it happen and do it. Anything can happen now. The breadth of the landscape before you rests solely on the scope of your imagination and your will to own it. That takes me back to, you don't have to see something to believe it or to know it. That's something about the manifestation that's coming through for you. Because now you don't have to see to believe, you could just know, you could just feel it. The Akashic Force reads, as you close your eyes, envision yourself stepping into the most beautiful and serene of all ancient libraries. Imagine yourself taking a book from a shelf and opening it to a page. Notice the first word that comes to you. What does it tell you? How does it feel? Remember to visit this mystical library often and tap into the expansive wisdom that is yours. That was the bottom of the deck energy. And the one that came out for you is the Seven of Roses. So now we're going to read that and send you on your newly transformed way, darling. Seven of Roses. A seaport teems with activity as cargo is loaded off and onto many different ships. 2 women on a smaller tender boat are on their way to the great ship that will take them on their journey. 2 men with their trunks and cases wait to follow. This card shows a time for a journey, a move, or a relocation. You may be taking your work or creative endeavors in a whole new direction, whether figuratively to a new industry or literally to a new city. However this journey occurs, it is sure to take you to new places and greater opportunities. Although it may require leaving something safe behind, this is not the time for staying safe in the harbor. It's time for finding and exploring new worlds, so get packed. The Akasha message here says, close your eyes and see yourself embarking on a magical journey. Feel movement swirl around you and anticipation fill you. Where do you want to go? How would you like to get there? This, as I was reading it, reminded me of, is that a song by The Weeknd? Afraid to live, afraid to live again. But it's like literally the song is talking about don't be afraid to live. Don't be afraid to live again. Just because you've been scarred or hurt or blah, 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 don't be afraid to take chances. Afraid. Weekends. Don't be afraid. Oh, Scared to Live is the title of the song. So basically, don't be scared to live again is the message that's coming through here. And going back to the regrets and things, there's something about a situation or an experience where it's not that we're focusing on the regret that someone has for the way that they treated you, but how that gets them to fall into alignment moving forward. Because now they'll think before they act in that manner. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for choosing and trusting me to be your reader. I pray this reading found you well. At the time of me recording this, up until November 30th of 2025, there is 30% off of my website. That includes live and pre-recorded readings. That also includes learning tarot from me, Tarot Taycation. Under the Shop and Learn tab, you get 30% off of that course. I've been told that it's very helpful, very useful. Check it out. 30% off. Can't beat it. As well as some gently used spiritual tools that you can put to use better than I could. Thank you so much for, again, choosing and trusting me to be your reader. First link in the description box takes you over to my website, The Goddess of the Unknown, to make that happen, to dive into the magical world that we have going on there. Second is the link over to Patreon, where there's multiple tiers giving you multiple things to look forward to, whether it's at least one pick a card a week, whether it's that plus a weekly check-in at least once a week, plus the third tier where you get all of that we just mentioned, but also your very own personal reading every single month. Thank you for joining. And also, please, if you are a part of Patreon or join Patreon, I would love for you to start having more conversations in the community tab there. There is a chat where we can all chat with each other. And I really want to get that on and popping. Like my dream, my goal is to wake up one day and see 40 plus messages from the community, because we're just all talking about what we've been through, the good, the bad. I would love for the astrology people to tap in there and start telling us about like what's going on in the ethers. How are we feeling? Blah, 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 all that good jazz. And just really communicating and connecting like community should and does. Because I would love to like come in with like a prompt or like something to get people to talk more in there. But because I'm so focused on conducting the videos and getting those things out to you, sometimes I just need that time to myself. And I would love for someone else to take the lead in conversation. I would love that. And for more of us to participate in that. Not just me talking to like one or two or three people, but like a group of us. I just want it to feel like a community, because it is. There's hundreds of us there and growing. So I really want to make that something there. And if you would like to donate to the channel, there is a P.O. box for physical gifts, as well as a virtual tip jar for monetary donations. Thank you, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Shout out to my TAYliens. Shout out to my TAYliens. I'm still not really getting like a pull to do a message for us, but sometimes when that happens for an extended period of time, it signifies not looking for or waiting on motivation, but honing in on discipline to do it anyways. So I think that that might be relevant here. And so we're going to not force, but initiate a message, a flow. Let's get it. From our TAYliens subscribers only. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Didn't I just say we're not going to force but initiate? I don't know this deck that well, but clearly we get along very well, because 14, initiation, and the Count Saint Germain. I'm going to read that straight from the book. But it's giving, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today with a common interest, common goal. Let's see. Standing among the pillars within a beautiful temple, the ascended master, Count Saint Germain, sends his light and energy to the four-robed people who stand before him. It is time for their initiation. This card represents your initiation. It is much more than a change or even a transformation. It's nothing less than your movement into higher revelations of power, insight, and achievement. And the time is now. Some loss of lower vibration relationships, jobs, or activities may be required in order to lift you to the new heights and power that await you. Your initiation can be aided by meditation, and study, as well as by connecting to the ascended masters with whom you have worked for centuries upon centuries. Know that you have shared purposes and activities with the masters, even if you aren't certain of what they are. The disciplines you create now during your initiation and the work you do with the masters will lift your service to the world and to all humankind. Throat chakra. This is a time of enormous uplifting, first in your energy and evolution, then in your manifested outer reality. The power that you hold within will impact every part of your life. The Akashic Force portion of this reads, close your eyes and see yourself on the path of your initiation with the Count Saint Germain beside you. Feel your energy and receptivity heighten as your vibration quickens, realizing there are no limits or hindrances. What's next for you? Okay, this is a feeling of empowerment. And I'm also channeling here the word generational. Queen of Cups, upright. Four of Swords, upright. That just really flew out with some force. And the Seven of Wands. That explains so much. Why we haven't been doing readings for our collective. It makes so much sense. Queen of Cups, Four of Swords, Seven of Wands. I did talk about being in a cocoon or a chrysalis state briefly. And this is confirming that. As a collective, we've been getting our energy up, literally going through the initiation to take us into the next phase. Look at that. North Node, 8th house, Sun. We're going through transformation, identity shifts. It'll be very obvious once you pop out of your cocoon what you've been doing behind the scenes, how you've been filling yourself with lights, how you've been filling yourself with love. It's going to be extremely obvious in terms of marriage, long-term relationships, fulfillment, compatibility, give and take, loyalty, partnerships, intimacy needs, soulmates, unions, and the month of June is relevant. Chaos and conflict, number 33. And I think that you're shedding that skin. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. That chrysalis, that cocoon energy. And with, even though it says chaos and conflict, I'm actually getting this vibe where the chaos and conflict was when the zebra was trying to dress like a giraffe. But you see how it's shattering and shedding that skin, showing its true colors. The chaos and conflict has ended. There's a resurrection and true alignment here. Look at that. Where we've been needing to protect our energy. We've been resting. We probably haven't really been feeling ourselves completely, but not in a negative way, in a way that we realize I'm transforming, I'm changing. I'll be back. Bigger, better, badder, stronger than ever before. And that's where we are. Ace of Swords and the Star, bottom deck, the King of Cups. Ace of Swords with the Star. This is a deepened sense of knowledge and hope. Back of the deck, oh, Two of Swords, Seven of Swords, Nine Swords. But it's organizing. The chaos. Oh my gosh. The chaos. The peace that we experience through chaos and conflict. That's how we know. That's a symbol. You've been storing up for a renewed sense of hope. Basically, like you've been recharging your battery for the next level. Simple as that. Wait, as soon as I clicked off, I started channeling. I said, I'm on one. F it, I'm on one. What is that? Cinderella's on the rise. F them other guys. Using it in a time to decide. Now it's something they know. They know, they know, they know. Yeah, they know. Is that the title of the song? They Know by Drake? Either way, that's your theme. That's your anthem right now.